What's up, y'all? I'm back with another banger. This is PeezyFX weekly watch list. And if y'all don't know by now, if y'all ain't in tune with my predictions, y'all on the wrong channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that little notification bell so you'll get notified every time I drop a video. I'm dropping a lot of golden nuggets, predicting these Forex markets like nobody in the industry right now. And I ain't trying to brag or boast, I'm just being 100. Y'all go check my weekly watch list videos and then check the recap videos. All right, we're gonna start out with the DXY per usual. See what we got going on. We still playing around inside of this monthly fair value gap. You look on the weekly, this weekly buy side imbalance that we highlighted a few weeks ago, it played out perfectly, right? So this was that rebalance, that reprice, the retest. And it looks like we trying to get up there and take out that high. It's showing a little bit of hesitation. My concerns are it's because we're inside that monthly fair value gap. So that could be causing price to go into a higher time frame consolidation. But this high is the next draw on liquidity that I'm looking for long term. Like not too long, but our next draw on liquidity, the internal liquidity is previous week's high. So we'll drop down to a daily and notice how we got this retest down into that weekly fair value gap and that expansion with a buy side imbalance right here and a bullish order block. So I'm about to throw the annotations on the chart right now. All right, so this is what we got. Relative equal lows, sell side liquidity that is resting right up above our PD array. We got two PD arrays right here. This bullish order block and this buy side imbalance, this fair value gap. It's important to note that we are inside of a premium marketplace right now. So we need to build up that anticipation for price to get back down into the discounted marketplace. And I think it's important to note that our equilibrium is resting right below those relative equal lows. And let's drop down to 1 hour. All right, so here's those relative equal lows right here. This is previous week's low. So we want to see that draw on liquidity. We had price dig down into that weekly fair value gap. Completely closed. Made that low of the week on Tuesday. And then we started expanding again. Last week, we had a whole week of consolidation until they swept both sides of the marketplace. We got this accumulation, that manipulation, and now we can anticipate price to distribute down into our POI. Does that make any sense? So it looks to me like, look what the market did over here, right? We got this expansion. And then after the expansion, you got to have your correction, your rebalance, your reprice. So note what price did during this week, right? We got that shift in market structure to the downside, that retest, that push down. This created the fair value gap. This low, all right, this push up created the fair value gap, that buy side imbalance. This low created the high of the fair value gap, and here's the low of the fair value gap right there. Anyway, Sunday, we open up, we jam down into that fair value gap, just like what we was anticipating. And then we started expansion again. So now at this point, basically what I feel like is happening is this. Although I don't want to see price pull back down so far, I want to see it pull down around this level. although this is our main target, I would really, I mean, something that's more logic for this coming up week would be for this high to get ran. I can really see something like that happening. Us working our way down, creating that low around Tuesday or so. Then we get that weekly expansion that typically occurs on Wednesday, and get that high of the week on Thursday, and then close out the week. That's in a nutshell what I'm anticipating. So we got a chat. Yes, sir. All right. So for those of you who are wondering why I'm going over the DXY, if you're new, if you're not familiar with, you know, the way we handle these markets, is that the reason why I analyze the DXY so much is because it basically controls these markets. And you need to know what the DXY is going to do. I mean, if you put these charts side by side, put the DXY on the left, and go through all of the currency pairs on the right, not all of them are going to be affected by the DXY, but the majority of them are. Every time DXY goes up, you know Euro USD is going down. And you know that pretty much goes for any currency pair that has USD on the right side. And as far as like USD JPY, USD CAD, USD CHF, if the DXY is bullish, is going up, then you can anticipate those to go up as well. But I have not found any currency pair out there that correlates as much as these two does. Another little trick, right? If you know how we use the DXY to help us determine where Euro USD is going to go, right? If y'all ever was wondering if there's anything out there that can help you determine where the DXY is going to go, gold futures. This is what will help you determine where the DXY will go. I bet y'all didn't know that. All right, so watch this. Y'all see the correlation? On October 4th, as the DXY was trading down, October 4th on gold, we was trading up. On October 5th, we had this down close day. I mean, it's just like a perfect mirror image, right? All right, let's go on and go over Euro USD. It's essentially the exact same thing. We have these relative equal highs right here. It's buy side liquidity. And right above that, we have this fair value gap. It's a small fair value gap. Time frames a little bit to try to refine. So this is the daily fair value gap, right? You would start to zero in on this one, which is a 4-hour, drop down to that 1 hour. And this is what I wanted to see get hit last week. See these relative equal highs right here with the fair value gap? That's what I want to see. And if you throw your fibs on our current dealing range, we have that equilibrium level right there. I think it's logical for price to do this. We got price shifting market structure to the upside with this displacement. Right now, we're currently inside of that displacement. For those of you who are kind of risk takers and can't wait, this could be a good opportunity to buy, to take out previous week's high, and to get up into this fair value gap. And then I would be interested to see something like that happen. It's important to go ahead and note this opening price. You're going to see something like this happen. If you want to participate in a buy, that would have been a good one. You can see something like this occur again and buy price and ride it up to create that high of the week. It's something that I've done a million times. We get that displacement, creating that buy side imbalance. Price trades down into it, and then it expands. I mean, that's 15 pips right there, and I would bet that price is going to keep trading upwards. So if y'all would be interested in getting in on a buy to see if you can't ride it up to create that high of the week, it's really a more advanced approach to trading the weekly range, in my opinion, because, you know, I really, really try to teach people to be patient and just wait until that significant high or low has formed. That way, you know without a shadow of a doubt that the market is going to be trading down if it creates that high on Tuesday, or if it creates that low on Tuesday going into Wednesday. You know without a shadow of a doubt that the majority of the time after that it's going to be going up. But I'm telling y'all, this is a good way to get in sync with the market, build up the anticipation. Can easily buy price. I mean, you just get in sync with order flow. Look what the market is doing. There's a fair value you got right there. You want to wait on price to look what it did. We expanded. We create a fair value gap, right? We got a short-term swing low here. We stop generating buy-side liquidity, relative equal highs. We trade back down, sweep this equal low. Sweep this swing low down into that fair value gap. And now we're displacing. We're displacement right now. So this is an opportunity. There's opportunities everywhere. Just like how this displacement to the upside was an opportunity, we had another opportunity right here, and we're getting another opportunity right there, right here, right now. If you want to go into even more detail, there's that entry. Watch this 1 minute order flow. You get that expansion, you get that pullback, you get that expansion, you get that pullback. But this is why it's always good to wait on that stop run, right? If you would have entered on this pullback right here, that would have happened. So this is actually a good opportunity because we have that purge of sell side liquidity right there, and we got that displacement. So you wait until the market starts to turn around. You wait on the market to start turning around and get back down in by that equilibrium. Execute your buy. Place your stop loss down here. It's fairly simple. This is a good sign, y'all. This is a real good sign that what I'm telling y'all is gonna happen. We want to see price start to go up. That's what we want to see. All right, GJ is gonna be my final pair that I'm gonna go over, and then I take. If y'all want me to go over any pair for y'all, I'll do that after GJ. GJ done threw me a curveball because I participated in a sale on GJ right here. Actually, I think it was at the low. No, it wasn't. It was at the opening. It was somewhere up in here. I literally caught the top. I literally caught the top. And the screenshots are in the results tab. It was a beauty for sure. So I was targeting this fair value gap right here for intraday. intraday scalp, right? It was a nice trade. I was bearish on here on this pair. That's why I was, trying to sell it here. And I was gonna eventually trade this thing several more times until we got down to take out this low. But now I'm starting to see this, I'm starting to see it from a different perspective, right? That's why it's always important not to marry a bias. We got our accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So that's what I'm starting to see is that open, low, high, close. We got relative equal highs. We got an area of support right here. Retail traders are going to be treating this area like support. So I would really be interested in seeing price come down here within the next two or 3 days and try to participate in longs from there. We'll be targeting this area up here. Let's see from this swing low to that swing high. Equilibrium is inside of that daily fair value gap. Sell side liquidity resting below there. Look at the 4 hour. See how big this daily fair value gap is, right? And it's important to keep an eye on the daily fair value gap, no doubt. But to refine it, we could keep an eye on this 4 hour fair value gap, right? Which the consequent encroachment of that 4 hour fair value gap lines up beautifully with the equilibrium of our current dealing range. So it'll be interesting to see. That could be something for the week like next week. But I do want to see this play out for sure. Look how we gapped up right here, y'all. That's a liquidity void, man. Look how we gapped up, right? Immediately came back down. There's a gap on the 15-minute. Looks nice, huh? Is that a coincidence or no? I don't think so. So basically, what I feel like they're doing, the way price gapped up at market open, came back down, consequent encroachment, and starting to trade up. And we jam down right here, hit this order block. Our next draw on liquidity would be this high right here. So in this area of consolidation, we generated liquidity. 18 hours, almost 19 hours of consolidation. We jam down, take our sell side, gonna jam up and take our buy side before probably running it back down here. That's my best guess right now. I don't like to try to get on lower time frames and predict what price is gonna do on the lower time frames, especially on a Sunday, right? I mean, it's more logical to pay attention to the higher time frames and try to get that bead on the marketplace from there. But I do like higher prices on this thing. I just don't want to see, yeah, like I said, you see how we gapped up at market open. I don't want to see price just take off. I want to see prices open up, create a small little low on the weekly candle, and just take off. which could be possible. I mean, look at all these old closed candles right here. You know, right here we opened up on Sunday, barely made a low of the week before taking off. You know, so that's just something to be aware of. Look at the monthly. And this is another reason why I was anticipating lower prices is that we just crossed that equilibrium level. Last month, this was a big manipulation that happened in GJ. Watch this. So we traded up. We hit that 62% retracement level once. These are monthly candles, right? So this month, that high of the month hit that retracement level, down close. The month after that, we traded up, took out previous month's high. The 2 months after that, just down close. And then this one is like insane whipsaw. Price opened up and dropped 1,229 pips. Look at the volume. It's insane. So after this huge push down, it looks like they drove price down. The big dogs got in here and bought it. And now they're driving it up. We got relative equal highs up here. Price could push on up a little bit before starting to drop. I mean, y'all see what it's been doing ever since the beginning of time. Look at this little dinosaur down here. This is the very beginning. You made your way through all available data. We hope it was useful. Yeah, this thing has been melting since the beginning of time. We might see GJ snatch that monthly buy side to reach for the sweet spot on the monthly. Yeah, I can see that for real. Because this is a sell side imbalance, right? Let's drop down on the weekly. A little too thick. Yeah, that's that sell side imbalance right there. And notice how price is respecting that, right? It's nice. You zoom in, pay attention to these red lines, right? It's respecting that weekly fair value gap like beautifully. And I think you're right, bro. I could see it popping up in there, taking out that buy side liquidity, completely filling in that weekly fair value gap, possibly overshooting it. Our next POI, if this one gets violated, our next POI would be right here. So we'll just go back to this old fair value gap, right? All right, there's consequent encroachment of that fair value gap. Look how it was respected right there. That was beautiful. And then price ended up dropping for 4,900 pips right there. Just imagine, y'all. Like, just imagine having the fucking man. It gets me excited thinking about it because I know, like I'm getting there, bro. Like I'm in a swing trade right now, and that I've been holding for 2 weeks. I think, and it's good. I love it. Like I'm so on point with these higher time frame analysis, and it's not hard. Anybody could do it, bro. This shit ain't hard. Just imagine having the the long term, mentality of using leverage in Forex and catching an entry like that and holding it and just watching them thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands and $500,000 off a trade like that. Like it's possible, man. I'm here to tell y'all that this shit is possible, bro. Like, okay, before we got a retest, hold on. All right, so give me that tool, damn it. All right, so we hit that consequent encroachment, 50% of the sell side fair value gap. And then we just melt it for, I mean, a month straight. That's not the tool that I was looking for though. Hold on. All right. 21 days. It dropped 2,000 pips. You would have waited 3 weeks and you would have got so much money depending on what you risk. I mean, from that point down to here, 154 days. So 5 months. Imagine holding a trade for 5 months. Re-entering, stack another position right here, ride it down for damn near 9 months. But yeah, y'all, it's possible, bro. And like we are actually reaching one of those turning points to where we can can be a participant in a reversal like that, like a big huge drop. We're getting into that turning point because trust and believe that once that market gets up there by that sweet spot level, digging inside of this, that's where it's gonna turn around. Yeah, I mean it might even trade up to here. It's not important to pick a top, right? It's just important to be on the right side of the marketplace and understand that you got to risk the right amount of your account if you want to get in on a trade like this. All right, so I want to go over I want to look at something real quick, man. This is what I was wanting to see right here. And it's happening. Watch this. People be scared of this strategy, y'all. I'm telling you, people be scared of it. I mean, people y'all know gonna buy as prices just melting, especially on NAS 100. Look, y'all see what price is doing right now, right? Now, let me jump back over here to Euro USD. Don't that look familiar? Don't it look familiar? It does. And what what similarities does Euro USD and NAS 100 have? USD. I like how we got that reaction from that fair value gap. Now I would anticipate for price to remain inside of this area. I would have stacked another position right there as price came down to that order block. See, this is what y'all want to anticipate, right? It don't matter what time frames you're on. Right, look, price digs down into a higher time frame fair value gap. In this case, it's the 5 minute. You can either participate in a buy right then, or the more conservative approach would be to watch price on the 1 minute, see price jump up out of the fair value gap and then come back down. We created the bullish order block right there. This last down close candle that dug down into the fair value gap. That is your bullish order block. We trade up, we close up above that bullish order block and come back down in it. If it don't play out, take a step back and see what price is trying to do. We got a bigger fair value gap right here on the 1 minute. But look what price did, right? That's that institutional order flow entry drill where price creates a fair value gap, pops right back down into it, and then takes off. So we do that, we consolidate for 2 hours. Manipulation down into a fair value gap and distribution. That's what I want to see. Now, is it possible for price to do something like this? Yes, it's very possible. But this is what I want to see. I got to remember how fair value gaps can be revisited. Yes, sir. They definitely can. It it's something that you don't want to see happen like in the near future, but in the longer term future, yeah, it could definitely show a reaction. Just look at all the examples, and this is on Nas 100 on the daily. It could really be fucking making hella money, like, so pay attention. You see what I'm saying? We created that fair value gap. That's that institutional order flow entry drill. We popped back up into that sell side imbalance, took out previous day's high. That's that liquidity it was searching for. And this is the liquidity it was searching for. It dug up in there and then it dropped. How would you know where to take profit if you would have sold from right here? Where would you have took profit? You would have looked at the dealing range right here. Where would you have took profit? This would have been an ideal place to take profit. And I don't care what nobody say. That is a beautiful trade. That is a trade. That's what you look for. You want to sell close to the high of the day. Look, this is the daily opening. If you could get in a sale anywhere from that opening price up to the high, that's ideal. That's what we look for. As soon as price took out previous day's high, we in there. It's called turtle soup. All credits to ICT, baby. That would have been an ideal place to get out. We got other areas of interest. If you want to just zone it out, this is our kill zone from this swing low to this swing high. Look at the weekly, you know, 4 hour. We got targets over here. Every swing low is an area of sell side liquidity. You got these imbalances. Price. Here's another sell. Look at that on the 4 hour. Pull the trigger right there. What would you be targeting next if you were to sell from here and here, you would target the sell side, the sell side liquidity right there. Look what happens as soon as price takes out that swing low. You see what I'm saying? That would have been your target. I know y'all see my exits. I know y'all see these trades I be taking, and I'll close out the trade right before prices turns around. This is how I do it. It's just that simple. Every swing low is an area of liquidity. Every buy side imbalance, these big ass candles over here, these are areas to take profit. Now, if we was on this side of the market, this would have been the area to buy from. Now it's the area to take profit from. Price hit that kill zone level. Look what they did afterwards. So what is it doing right here? It's taking out the liquidity, the buy side liquidity from this expansion. That was the goal right there. It's just same things happening over and over, y'all. So let's anticipate for price to go bearish. This would definitely be an area that I would be interested in. I know I got this as a POI, right? I just don't know if we're gonna get back up in there. We got rebalanced and repriced right here. When price traded up and did that, I don't know. It is very, very early in the week, so let's not jump the gun. The reason I bought right here is because I want to see price get up into this level. All right. And let's keep in mind that we have a bearish breaker. We have a bearish breaker. Where's the bearish breaker at? Where's the bearish breaker at? I would be probably paying attention to this candle right here as the bearish breaker. Possibly that one. This is the last down close candle prior to that stop run. This is going to be the trade of the week. Watch and see. This is going to be the trade of the week. Remember, this is that daily fair value gap. Look what price did. Jammed up into that daily fair value gap and just dropped. We got the displacement now. All we're waiting on is for that high of the week to form. Let's see if we can't get price to something like that. I wouldn't say no limits though, because remember, y'all, this is liquidity from this expansion down, and we still got this whole area of that daily fair value gap. You see what I'm saying? So it's not really too far fetched if price does decide to jump back up into that fair value gap, take out that high, completely fill it in or hit that 50% area before continuing its downtrend. Let's just keep all these things in mind. Let's just keep all these things in mind. Y'all just stay tuned in with me, man. We're gonna make every single one of y'all beasts. Does anybody want me to go over a specific pair before I check out? Anybody? I know you don't like Aussie, but if you could, are you talking about AUD USD? All right, this pair is dropping like crazy, just like all of the pair, NU, AU, GU, EU, they're all dropping, right? So tell me what you would want to see before you get in this trade. All right, so look what happened last week. We didn't really have like we okay, last week and this week, we didn't have a fair value gap to trade off of like we did right here. You see what happened right there? All right, so last week we opened up and we traded up into looks like 50% of that body. So let's drop down to a daily and see what it traded up into. All right, so let's look at last week's price action. All right, that happened. We got this consolidation. We broke out of the consolidation. Dropped down on the 1 hour. The daily ain't giving us much. Before we got that expansion down last week, it was a very sloppy, we expanded, deep retracement. Then we traded sideways for a day and a half before dropping again. Then we got another retracement. We got relative equal highs, which is important to note. But in my honest opinion, I don't think those are going to be targeted. I don't think those are going to be targeted anytime soon. We traded up here and reacted from this area twice. So this week, I feel like price is gonna get up into here real soon, but this area would be interesting for me if I was looking at this pair. And it's logical because look what happened last Sunday. That's when we start. We literally create our high of the week on Sunday, and you know you trade this pair, this pair. I don't, you know.
Right.
It's the reason why I chose Euro USD over AUD USD is because the things that I look for tend to happen a lot.
Understood.
So the same thing that happened last Sunday, I don't think it's a coincidence that it looks like could be happening again. And I see a lot of people mess up like this, right? So this is that 1 hour POI, right? And this would be ideal because you would want to sell from a premium area, which is above equal at or above equilibrium. But you can't ever underestimate, for example, this 4 hour fair value gap. You can't underestimate that because let's go back to NAS 100 and let's get on the 4 hour, right? Look what happened right here. So this would have been our current dealing range. Prices trading up inside of the fair value gap that is in the discount area. We would have been anticipating for it to come up here. But if you would have flipped to the daily, then you would have seen exactly what it was doing. Looks familiar. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, like I do think it's possible for this thing to get up here and take out these relative equal highs. We're starting to develop that bullish structure. Like to be honest, dude, these counter trend trades that you could possibly participate in the first 2 or 3 days of the week. Um, I usually like to see that that nice expansion up on a Monday or Monday night. But it's hit and miss because this is the accumulation and manipulation phase of the weekly range. You know, accumulation, Sunday, Monday, manipulation going into Tuesday, distribution going into Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday, and then you get that TGIF set up, and then you close. So that's exactly what it looks like.
Okay.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, close. You remember I was saying that if you want to participate in a buy in a bearish environment, this is what you want to see. Like price, like the accumulation, price break out of it, and then come back down. Market maker buy model.
Okay.
This is ICT's market maker buy model. And like once price comes down, at retest you could buy to take out this high. And notice I got this bearish breaker. This would be a bearish breaker. Here's your low risk sell model. As soon as price takes out that high, price expands, pops back up into that bearish breaker, fair value gap, and then you get your weekly expansion. And the opposite thing occurs going into Thursday, smart money reversal. You get that stop run, it's shifting market structure. This last up close candle prior to the stop run, bullish breaker. Price trades back down into that, coupled with a fair value gap, is the most powerful setup that you could ever have. There's a lot of good stuff. Like I know most people want to see videos and all that, but man, what I have all these posted in here for a reason, you know, and you just got to dig into it, bro. And it's beautiful stuff. This right here is gold. And you know, my business, this Discord channel has done went through phases, bro. Like it's done went through phases. Thing that y'all just got lifetime access for $100 last year, I was not coming up off this shit unless you were paying me $1,500 for 12 sessions of mentorship. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being 100% transparent. Like, you know, I'm not no piece of shit person, bro. So ICT went public with his mentorship. He went public with all of these things.
Right.
So I'm not I give people the hard truth, you know, like ICT channel, like he's the GOAT. All credit go to him. He made me who I am, bro. But I mean, there's value here. There's value here.
I mean, you know,
Especially in the mentorship. And I
yeah,
dropped my mentorship prices, you know what I'm saying? But just because of he went public. But I will never take away value from myself and the value that I know I could bring to another trader.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, just being able to have access. I mean, he's that's not accessible, right? Because his mentorship is closed. I follow all his videos. However, to be able to just chat with you and get an understanding from a student about what he's hit those concepts, and that's valuable. So I'm mostly, without question, grateful.
Appreciate it, bro. I already know. I hope and pray that this weekly watch list plays out. I mean, I get on here and I analyze these charts to the best of my ability. I remember when I analyzed this, I called this, and that bitch dropped 500 pips. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember I got in here and analyzed this, and it failed. So I mean, but I also analyzed this, and it hit. So I'm not gonna get it right every week, bro. But I'm gonna get in here and tell y'all what I think is the most logical thing to happen. And right now, I think this is it. I mean, I want to see them equal highs are suspect. There's relative equal highs. That's a target. It's easy to lose sight of that higher time frame bias because you're getting like the high of the week might not form when you want it to. It might form on a Wednesday. It happens to me a lot, bro, and we're gonna take losses. And this is a very powerful strategy, bro. And this is exactly why, because this would be the target previous week low, right? So Monday going into Tuesday, we take this trade loss. Tuesday going into Wednesday, boom, we take that loss. For some reason, they want to run price up one more time, create that high on Wednesday, boom, you lost what, 20 pips there, 20 pips there, and you just gained almost 200 pips. That's essentially what we do, bro. Like, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying that this happens every week. It doesn't, but it's a possibility. But see, look what happened right here. Like, boom, significant high. Tuesday, Wednesday, boom. We made money from New York Open. We made money right here. Then we made money again here. And I can't remember if we got in right here or not, but I do remember these two trades on Wednesday and Thursday. But look, man, I'm about to hop off here, man. It's getting late. Peace out, y'all.